Mike's Daily Podcast.
Hi, welcome to Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, Mont, the last place on earth. This is episode 1575. I guess today, well, let's just get it out of the way. Gary Cohn's gone. What did he do? He was some money guy, and he's out of the administration. Okay, we're done with that.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I watched the video for the Seven Dwarfs train ride in Florida. I didn't even know they had this.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
You know the Seven Dwarfs from the Snow White movie thing. And they would walk through this mine and they would sing, and that happens on the ride. It's like a roller coaster. Then you go into this mine and they go, hi ho! And they sing back, hi ho! And it's hi ho, it's off to work we go. And then you drop.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And then you're down. Then you go down this hill and then you scream and you see these great views from Walt Disney World.
Mike's
so that looked cool.
Daily
I watched that on YouTube.
Podcast.
Because I don't need Netflix and no more.
Yeah!
Because there's so many interesting things to watch. And that's what this show is about, is me telling you, oh my God, I went down one fan. Facebook. Apparently, one fan has left me on Facebook. That's so sad. I guess I'll never get them back. They're gone.
Drop the just Facebook.
Thank you, Justin Timberlake. Look who walked in just now. Hi, Mom. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing?
It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Justin Timberlake sure is talented, and he's got the cool dance moves. He makes me feel like I'm a jungle man.
Wow. How you did that so quickly. Look who else walked in.
Hello, Mike. I make delicious root beer. I'm the root beer man. I'm the Brewmaster guy. Oh boy, I have some right now.
Speaking of which, you are the drawing today in the podcast picture.
No way. Shut up. Hold the phone.
Yeah, the phone is ringing, and we've held it and dropped it on the ground, and it bounced back up. And that's what this show is about.
That's not even funny.
Thank you. Hey, oh my gosh, Obama's in the news today. But first...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Brewmaster.
What?
You're in the podcast picture.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh boy.
And there's all this steel in the news. You've got the steel tariff thing, which the Heartland says, hey, we've been in a trade war for years.
Mark, was that supposed to be a Heartland guy?
Yeah, that was Heartland guy. We've been in a trade war for years. What are you talking about? New trade war, Trump starting a trade war. We've always had a trade war. And the steel guy, the guy in charge of steel, said, hey, that we have, it's not what we're doing as a tariff against everybody. We're going to be doing a thing against specifically the countries that are messing with us.
Okay, that was well put, Mark.
That's exactly how they said it. So we'll see how this plays out. But there's also... So the Seven Dwarfs ride looked pretty cool. I rode it several times. Oh, one of the funny things is at the very end, just as your ride stops and you're waiting to go back into the unboarding area, is there's this little cabin, cottage type thing. And Snow White, you see her dancing with the Seven Dwarfs, and they do that. They recreate that one scene with Dopey on top of standing on top of another dwarf so that he can dance and be shoulder length high, shoulder high with Snow White. It's wonderful. It's classic. And then right outside of the cottage is the evil witch. The witch. With the apple. Don't eat the apple! Uh-oh. Hey, so speaking of apples and Facebooks and Fang stocks and all that. Oh, by the way, it's National Women's Day tomorrow. So, hey, that witch in the movie Snow White was sometimes referred to as a hag. You should never call a woman a hag. That's not nice. National Women's Day tomorrow. Woohoo! Everybody's clapping because they're so happy that it's
All right.
National Women's Day tomorrow. Woo! It's going to be great. So have you noticed, like, all the steel in the news, the steel tariffs, you got the steel dossier, huh? That's a thing. Did you notice that?
Oh, my.
I know.
You've got to be kidding me.
Anyway. Welcome to Café Anyway, which we're just about to leave because I don't have that much time today. So Blackberry is suing Facebook because Blackberry saying Facebook stole several of their patents. Oh, by the way, there was a lot of hot women. Speaking of women, a lot of hot women at Fairmont Ridge. Hot women to me because they have dogs, just like I do. Basil the boxer, and I'm walking Basil, and I talk to them about their dogs, and it's the greatest thing. And Mike, why don't you go out with these women that you meet at Fairmont Ridge? I'm working on it. I'm working on the what do you call it? The nerve. I don't have the nerve, as the lion said in the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie. Or no, wait, The Wizard of Oz. That's what I meant. But yeah, I was Wizard of Oz hanging Munchkin? I'm not clicking on that. Facebook. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring the show down. Peyton Manning is no longer a Papa John's pizza franchise owner in Denver. The company announced yesterday that Manning has sold his 31 franchises in the Denver area. Papa John's not doing well. Their pizza is okay. Jared Kushner leads U.S. delegation to Mexico. It's okay to eat like if you are super high. Jared Kushner leads U.S. delegation to Mexico for visit with the president. The senior advisor and son-in-law to President Donald Trump will be making a trip to Mexico today as the head of a U.S. delegation meeting with President Enrique Peña Nieto. Interesting. So Kushner in the news again. Security clearance revoked. He's in the news. What's going on there? Benjamin Netanyahu is at the Capitol. He's at the White House. Is Jared Kushner there? Question marks? Question marks everywhere. Meanwhile, Michael T. Flynn, who was the United States National Security Advisor for like 5 seconds, he's selling his house to pay the legal bills that is going on with the Trump probe. He pleaded guilty last year to lying to FBI agents about his Russian contacts. Trump has put in reversal, the Trump administration will not ban the import of African elephant trophies, which means that, elephants are PO'd about that. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service said it will now consider all permits for importing trophies of animals from African nations on a case-by-case basis, months after the president called elephant hunting a horror show. Just don't kill the elephants. Leave them alone. What did they ever do to you? Don't shoot the elephants. Leave them alone. Hey, elephants got guns. They're fighting back, by the way. That's another news story that doesn't exist. But this story does exist. Actress and activist Cynthia Nixon. Remember her from Sex and the City? She's reportedly gearing up to launch a progressive primary challenge to the New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo. Yes, she is forming a team of alumni of the New York political sphere who worked on the New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio's first campaign to help her ahead of the state's Democratic primary in September. Then, as we wrap up the show and go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast Somewhere in Podcaster Valley, another super secret, super short show, which I probably will not have I will not have a super secret Sunday show this weekend because I am going to be traveling on Saturday, and that means on my jobs that I do on Sunday, I'll be busy doing stuff. It'll be extra busy. By the way, I got reprimanded at one of my several jobs that I have. Hey, here's a little tip for you people that reprimand people. keep the reprimand short. Don't go on a long lecture about how, I remember back in the early days of radio, blah, blah, blah. And this famous radio personality of this city that you don't know about this personality because he's a radio personality. And who cares about radio personalities? They are not celebrities. Oh, radio, back in the early days, Marconi played the Mamba, blah, 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 blah. Just keep it short. What did I do wrong? What do I need to do to correct it? I will never make that mistake again. Probably. And if everybody makes mistakes, don't go on and on and on and on. I've worked with people in the past that just frickin' they go on, and it's like, come on. I will correct the mistake. Let's move on. Right? Dang. Tell me what I did wrong, and what do I need to do to not do that in the future? Meanwhile, George P. Bush bites off a challenger, the Texas Land Commissioner. He won the state's GOP primary yesterday. So we got another Bush on his way up, getting the outright majority of votes against the challenger. There's just a few more stories. Uber self-driving trucks have been hired to deliver freight in Arizona. Finally, Michelle Obama had a Taylor Swift dance party with a 2-year-old admirer. Yes, apparently that is the thing. I'm not going to. And Stormy Daniels sues Trump, saying agreement invalid because he never signed it. What is this?
Sign is invalid because Trump never signed it. The civil suit alleges that her agreement not to disclose her intimate relationship with Trump is not valid because while both Daniels and Trump's attorney Michael Cohen signed it, Trump never did. According to the lawsuit, Clifford and Trump, Clifford being her given name, had an intimate relationship that lasted from the summer of 2006 well into the year 2007. That affair allegedly began while Trump was married to Melania and after the birth of their son, Barron.
Ooh! Next show, we're going to have the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Thank you for listening to the show. This was a great, quick show, wasn't it? Very fast one. National Women's Day tomorrow. Woo! International Women's Day tomorrow. So, yeah.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.